I did not expect 2 episodes to drop at the same time, but here we are. Today I'm breaking down episode 8 and 9 of The Beauty. The opening shocked the hell out of me. That commercial for The Beauty felt way too real. The bright colors, the upbeat tone, the quick mention of side effects rushed past like it was nothing. Just like real life ads, it pulls you in with beauty and promise while quietly hiding the horror underneath. Then the show immediately flips that illusion. We get that bizarre, disgusting scene of people who took The Beauty and experienced the worst possible side effects. They basically get unalive. The contrast between polished marketing and brutal reality was intentional. It's all about perception versus truth. Then we move into Brian's family situation. His adult kids come in with their business proposal, and instead of encouragement, Brian asks, "When was the last time you were clean?" That line says everything. He's disappointed not just in their addiction, but in who they became. I think Brian always wanted the perfect family, ambitious, driven, drug-free, but instead of guiding them there, he took control in the most twisted way possible. When they overdose, he shows up like a dark angel again and injects them with the serum. It's disturbing because in his mind, he's fixing them. There's also that moment with the son who turns black and Brian casually says he was 5% Nigerian. That felt layered and very deliberate in tone. I believe that part was Ryan Murphy. It's written all over it. The wife, on the other hand, comes across as an enabler. She protects her kids emotionally. At the same time, she strongly believes in not joining the serum experiment herself. That hesitation says she sees the danger, even if she won't fully confront it. Hell, when she seen her kids, she was very shocked what Brian did, and the kids were trying to convince her, and she said no, absolutely not. I would not sit there and trust that drug. And you can see Brian very disappointed of what his wife Franny had to say. So yes, I do think that she did challenge him on a couple of times and Brian just didn't like it. Now let's talk about Antonio in Germany. I knew they weren't safe. Antonio thought he was special. He really believed that Brian valued him, but Brian was using him the entire time for dirty work. Jeremy, meanwhile, is just scared and trying to survive. After Antonio's disfigurement, his former boss ignores him. Brian is the one who steps in to save him and gives him a younger version of himself. And of course, Antonio feels loyalty. He thinks he owes Brian, but Brian doesn't save people out of kindness. He saves investments. When Cooper meets Mayor and says, "Do as you're told," it confirms that he's always several moves ahead. The rescue wasn't random, it was calculated. And then we introduce deeper into Dr. Diana Sterling, as known as the mother, or what Germany said, white mother, which I thought that part was a little bit funny. She needs Cooper, Jordan, Jeremy, and Antonio. Diane is an expert of human behavior and literally building humans. While everyone else is scrambling to the process what's happening, Jeremy learning that he will combust in a couple of years, and the truth about the Deacons, those droid-like creations, Diana is calmly pulling the strings. They're all trapped. There's no easy escape, so they're forced to put in their faith in this mysterious ally. And that's the dangerous because White Mother is a manipulator. She reads people, understands how they react, and use it. She doesn't care how Cooper becomes beautiful. She just needs it to happen so Brian won't suspect anything. It's all about strategy towards the end of the day. I honestly thought Cooper was going to die. I thought they'll be back at square one. What I did not have on my bingo card was Cooper turning into a child. That transformation stood out to me for another reason. Cooper was in a cocoon. That goes against what we've learned so far. People who get the injection from a cocoon and then break out of it, Antonia went through that. It was a butterfly, like a visible transformation, a rebirth. I also think the reason why Cooper turned into a kid is because Jordan was sick. Now I had to think about it because the last time I checked and see if y'all can help me out, Jeremy was the one that got the disease and he was the one that turned into a younger version. Then it was Jordan. So I had suspect that Jeremy was the one that was going to get sick first, but it turned out it was going to be Jordan. So I do think, and this is just my theory, that the reason why Cooper turned into a child is because maybe Jordan was somewhat sick, and that virus, is already highly contagious, but it probably got worse. And also, another theory I had was Cooper was never insecure regarding his physical appearance. He loved himself 100%. Even during the first or second episode, he told Jordan about the situation when he had dinner with another female, and the female talked about, I believe, was his teeth. And so he wasn't worrying about it whatsoever. Unlike Jordan, she had insecurities. She talked about her physical appearance, and wasn't the first time Jordan talked about her physical appearance as well. Same thing with Germany. Germany talked about his appearance and how he didn't like himself or whatnot. So I don't know why Cooper turned into a child, but please let me know down in the comments below of what your theories is or why Cooper turned into a child like that, because I was shocked as hell. I was like, wait a minute, like, who kid is that? But the virus version of the beauty is different. It's more snake-like, shedding skin, dirtier, darker, and that's what Jordan and Jeremy experienced. So Cooper experienced a mix of both. That raises major questions. What does this mean for him? Will he still explode in 2 years like Germany was told, or is this a new variation, a hybrid, something more stable? My theory is it's only a matter of time before Brian finds out what happened to Cooper, and when he does, he won't see a person, he'll see data, he'll see potential, and he will see a breakthrough, because it's all about money when it comes to Brian. Brian already admitted he altered his own sons so they could keep taking drugs just so he can continue testing his so-called miracle cure. That tells us everything about who he is. He has never cared about people, not strangers, not employees, not even his own children. They are all experiments to him. Tools, proof of concept. This has never been about saving lives. It's about power and control, as I said multiple times. And now Cooper isn't just another subject. He may be the most valuable asset in the entire experiment. Let me know your thoughts and theories about episode 8 and 9 of The Beauty. I thought those both episodes were pretty decent, and like I said before, who is writing that script? Because it's damn sure it's not Ryan Murphy. And so I enjoy it. I cannot wait for the next episode to come out. I'm very curious if they're going to have 10 and 11 to come out back to back like they did with episode 8 and 9. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until then, see you later.